chapter 12 through 13, reminding them to reject false gods. This is important for us. If you remember in the book of Exodus, Aaron, it's in chapter 7, Aaron throws his staff, his rod down, and it turns into a snake. But Pharaoh summoned wise men and sorcerers that could copy the miracles. So Pharaoh's magicians did the same thing, and their rod, their staff, turned to a snake. So just because you see signs and wonders doesn't necessarily mean it's from God. In fact, in the book of Revelation, it's the last book of the Bible, it tells us that the Antichrist will perform great signs and will deceive many of the inhabitants on the earth. So understand that the devil is a copycat. He's not a creator, so you will be tested. We need to know our creator, because if we don't, we will be deceived. Now, when Jesus was tempted by the deceiver, Jesus was able to defend himself by the word. He responded, "It is written, it is written, it is written." I can't express how important it is for you to know your Bible. Sound doctrine, not just what you want to take from it, but every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. That's Deuteronomy 8:3. So Jesus was tempted 3 times in the wilderness, and each time Jesus was tempted, he quoted from this book of Deuteronomy. The first time the devil tried to tempt him, Jesus said, "Man shall not live on bread alone," quoting Deuteronomy 8:3. Jesus said, "Live by the word, Shema." Well, how do you live by the word? Well, you read that you may hear. The second time the devil tried to tempt him, Jesus said, "Do not put the Lord your God to the test," quoting Deuteronomy 6, verse 16. So it's meaning when we give our faith to God, he provides. So learn of God's faithfulness. How do you learn of God's faithfulness? Well, you need to read his word or hear his word. The third time the devil tried to tempt him, Jesus said, "Worship and serve him only." Putting these things into practice. I think this is so awesome. Reading the word that we may trust in him, that we may walk with him, serving him only. Quoting Deuteronomy 6, verse 13. That's the only way where ourselves are going to be able to fight off temptation. When we're born again, we're filled with the Spirit of truth, and the Spirit of truth will lead us to the word of truth to be disciples of God. Jesus said in Matthew 24, "Many will appear and deceive many people." So do you understand the importance that Jesus is teaching us here? That we need to learn his word, live by the word, that we may have faith in him, that we may put these things into practice. So it's being able to defend your faith is ultimately what Moses is saying here in chapter 13.